Hey, this is from ATO, and in this video I'm demonstrating our new Kanun. The Kanun is a large zither or zitherette, and it has a somewhat fairly narrow soundboard, and you can imagine pecs on the side so you can do all the tunings of it and so forth. And it's commonly used in the Middle East, in Southeastern Europe, Central Asia, and it has a very world-like sound to it. You can play in many different ways, and as I'll demonstrate in this video, we also have different types of micro-tuning that really lends itself well to the Kanun. And it's a very versatile instrument. It can be played in many different ways. We actually sample it both with thumbs, with fingertips, with picks. You can have these metal picks on your fingers, a little bit like when you play the slide guitar. And you can also do picks on the bridge and pizzicato and all that. These are really different playing styles, and the library is actually over 23,000 samples. A little part of that has to do with the fact we have 4 microphones. We also did contact mics, which is awesome. You get really close to the instrument, almost inside of its heart or its little soul. Then we got close mic, semi-close, and room as well. I prefer just the contact than the close, just if you want to have a more studio-like sound. But you can certainly add the semi-close in the room if you want more of an ambient sound as well. And I'll be demonstrating all the articulations here. We also have a variety of other articulations, including effects and Pec Bends, where you're sort of bending the pecs in real time, and a variety of special articulations, tremolo, harmonics, and so forth. But I'll demonstrate all that in the video. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Let me demonstrate the thumbs here, and then I'll go through all the different ones here. They're just beautiful, and I think you'll notice how different it is based on what finger technique you're using on the Kanun. It really makes a huge difference in terms of its sound. It's funny, even though this instrument is not a harp at all by any stretch, this is a zither, it actually reminds me a little bit about Andreas Vollenweider, who played both electric and acoustic harp. Really big thing in the 90s and 80s, but a fantastic player. Let me move on here to the fingertips. They have a little more, almost, at least if I play them in the way I like it, more of a Vangelis-like quality to them. For me, if anyone is familiar with the 1492 score, it has a little of that thing going. It's just, in the back of your mind. Let me try the pick here, and again, the pick is a little more pointy, a little more defined, perhaps a little more modern sounding. And let me also fool around here with the pizzicato. And if you notice this sign down here, I won't demonstrate it right now, but just keep in mind on a variety of libraries using this particular general interface, if you click this guy down here, you can actually combine different patches. You're going to see them be highlighted here as well. But let me just focus on the pizzicato. Yeah, it's not your typical pizzicato, but it certainly has a little bit of it going. Let me also try to demonstrate some of the ethnic tunings. As you can see here, we have a couple of different pages. We have our articulation page here. We have our mixer page, which is identical as over here. But we also have our options page here. And this one is interesting. First of all, you can create your own ensemble. So if you want to play more than one Kanun, you can do it, depending on how many you want to do. Obviously, you can control dynamics and expression, and you can always right-click if you want to assign any of these to any CC. We also have our flow repetitions. It's something we've introduced in a variety of our later libraries where you can create your own repetition. So if you don't want to go da-da-da on the keyboard, you can define how quickly you want them to play, whether you want swing, whether we want 2, 3, or 4 repetitions. And it's great for the deep sampled round robin that we do. You can really just get into it and do anything you want with it, really. We also have a variety of sampled artifacts. I haven't added them in this. I kind of like the clean sound of it, but if you want a little more chaos, a little more unique sort of small details in the sound, you can dial them in to your comfort level and get a little more of that natural sound going. But let's try to focus a little bit here on the tuning. If you look over here, you can notice that we have two different kinds of tuning. We have a root key tuning here, where you can select the root. I'm just going to keep it in C, but if you want to play different types of tunings with different types of scales, this is a very easy way of getting it done. And if you look down here, we got different types of ethnic tunings, and I'll try to demonstrate a couple of them here. And let's do it here with the thumbs articulation as well. So the RAS scale on thumbs for the Kanun. I love it. You know, the instrument is breathing. You can hear that it's really alive. There's so many details, so many round robin velocity layers, all that stuff going on. And if you look down here, you're going to notice that it's green here in the bottom. And those are artificial keys, meaning that we stretched down the last key so it became more bassy. And I love using it. That gives sort of a more bass range. We obviously way out of the spectrum of a normal Zither or Kanun. But I love using it, and I used a little bit here. Let me try another scale here and use the bass note as well. Let me try the Saba here. Let's do the hijas here on the pick as well. And as you noticed before, it's actually really cool to strum these things almost like in a harp-like fashion. I don't know why I'm interpreting harp, but it's sort of the way it feels in the keys. So you can definitely do all the beautiful strums as I just did here. But yeah, let's try the hijas tuning on the picked. I love that. There's sort of a nice fat bottom to the artificial intervals on the pick here. Let me also show you our Pec Bends. That would mean that you have the Pec on the outside of the instrument and you're tuning in real time. And we both have ascending and descending half and whole notes. Let me just demonstrate all of them. And we also have a unique set here of independent special articulations. So from tremolo to vibrato with pecs, that's moving the pecs very quickly to generate vibrato on the instrument. We got harmonics, we got fiske articulations that relates to the fist tissue on the instrument as well. And we got sound effects too. So there's a variety of things to dabble with in the sort of more effects type of realm. And the core idea is really to be able to use this with the Pec Bends and of course all the core articulations together and really build a full believable Kanun experience. But let me just demonstrate very quickly here. Let's start with the vibrato here with the pecs and try the harmonics and a few more things.